Certain relationship dynamics that are playing out again and again over time look like a narcissistically abusive relational style. That way we're avoiding possibly misdiagnosing another human being, which you shouldn't, that's a boundary break. You shouldn't really be doing that. But you can say with a definite certainty, okay, when I do this and my partner behaves like this and says this, X, Y, and Z, that is emotional abuse, that is narcissistic abuse. Where that's coming from, that's their karma, that's their thing, but I can say it's definitely that. So the simple assertion of a boundary and just saying, yeah, I'm not going to do that for you, no, and smiling, shouldn't cause a negative emotional reaction in any normal person who has no issue. That's outrageous. I mean, could you imagine if I'm going through the world and I need others, they must treat me in the way that I demand, or they must do certain things for me, god damn it, and I punish them when they don't, or I sulk when they don't, or I become enraged when they don't. Just look at it objectively, like a third person point of view. How do I sound? Pretty fucking crazy and unreasonable, right? And if I don't actually have a full-blown mental health diagnosis coming, I'm certainly being a bit of a fucking prick. You can certainly say I'm an arsehole. And what do you do with somebody who's a bit of an arsehole? You pull away from them. You just avoid contact with people who are fundamentally toxic. So I would say that is probably the most reliable test to date that I've seen, is to actually just say no to them. So when they're asking you to do something, people will ask you overtly, like, can you give me some money, or can I borrow your car, or can you do a certain thing for me? But they'll also ask you covertly. So it's good for targets, codependent, black sheep, people with CPTSD, whatever you want to call it, to become aware of when they are being asked, coerced, covert, contracted into doing something, guilt tripped or shamed into doing something, where they're not being overtly asked, but they're being covertly asked. One of the things that narcissistic personality types will do frequently is they will covertly coerce you into giving way more of your time and your attention than they deserve, one way or another. So I don't think any narcissist out there is going to be like, give me all your fucking time and your attention. But notice in the pattern of your relating. So I've had one experience where every single week there was a drama, a crisis, an episode, this thing that was all about her, that made, and not only did she have a problem, but that problem was made my problem, and I consented to that. That's my responsibility, is consenting to letting somebody make their problems my problem. Their problem, my problem, yeah, that was right. And I would also be drawn into the solution. So I'd be like, this is the problem I've got, it's a goddamn drama. I'd be like, okay, this is a problem that you've got, how can we fix this? And then I'd be drawn into the solution. I wonder, looking back, what would have happened if